It actually didn't help at all last time I edited.
You clapped so loud.
Well, yeah.
All right, well, welcome, folks. We want to give out our first public apology.
Yeah, got a little hate mail.
We got hate mail.
You know how we do.
Yeah, it was this guy.
No, let me get his name.
We're gonna get his
We
name.
have to do it right.
We're really sorry. We didn't mean it.
Hey. We'd like to officially apologize for saying a slur on our podcast.
Yeah, we're really sorry
to the Italian community for saying the word guinea.
Yeah, sorry. We're really sorry. We want to be a nice,
Wholesome,
wholesome, family friendly.
Oh, we didn't plan that. We didn't plan that at all.
Did we both say that?
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to look at you through my fucking.
Don't.
Okay.
I can't even look at you.
All right. Well, we really want to make this a nice, fun podcast. So to tell, I guess, all the guineas out there, we're sorry. You know
Psych, no, we're not. That's fucking stupid.
I think they were able to tell that we weren't really apologizing.
They weren't able to tell that we're not actually racist. So.
Well, also, I want to know, what's the guy's name? Skeleton Cox?
Yeah.
I wonder if Skeleton Cox is Italian.
Probably not.
Because what I've noticed is that a lot of people get offended by something that they're not even a part of.
Oh, on behalf of somebody
Yeah,
else.
it's like, well, and it's like...
The funniest thing is you are Italian.
I am Italian.
And you're the one that said it.
My last name is Compono. Compono.
And the Irish guy didn't even say it.
Yeah.
Which would have been offensive.
Yeah.
Because fuck you.
You have like the most Irish name ever. Keegan Scott McCoy.
Don't say my whole name.
Keegan Scott lives on...
Tell him my social security card is...
He lives on 308 Negro Arroyo Lane.
On what?
Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's Walter White said, dude, why do you always make me sound more racist than I am? I'm sweating.
Because you know your jig's almost up there.
Get that guinea out of here.
Here comes that goddamn cancel crowd coming after us for coming at the Italians.
Anyway, we watched a movie, and to prepare for it, we did a lot of cocaine. We didn't
run the intro.
I thought that was our intro. Well, every time I say this is going to be our intro, you go, why do you have to say that we're doing the intro?
Okay, Jesus Christ. All right, like we were saying.
Yeah, sorry.
Wholesome, friendly podcast. I didn't just beat the shit out of him.
My eye hurts.
Yeah, well, I jizzed in it.
Sounds like a fight to make. Get over here. Do you want to do a podcast?
I guess we have to now.
Okay.
See, that's what I'm telling you not to do.
Okay.
He thinks I don't want to intro it anymore because I said don't.
I have to get into character. Can you give me a sec?
Character.
Shh. All right, guys. So today we watched a movie. We watched a movie, and
how is this a character?
Not a character, but like I gotta
be fake for the audience.
Yeah. We watched a movie, and to prepare for it, we did a bunch of cocaine. The movie we watched was Cocaine Bear.
Rawr.
Cocaine Bear.
It's a bear. He does cocaine. Isn't that funny? No, it wasn't. It was fucking
funny.
awful.
It was so bad. Now,
bless you. Bless you again. I really hope I can hear the sneezing in the recording.
Yeah, right. One thing I want to say is that I thought that this movie, not saying I thought it would be good, but I thought it would be entertaining. Bless you. I thought it would be entertaining if it like knew what it was. Like I thought like it knew it was going to be kind of this like dumb comedy. Like it's a, the biggest line in the movie. It's a bear on cocaine. Like I thought maybe it would know like, just being self-aware. but it kind of wasn't, and it was all just terrible.
It wasn't self-aware. It wasn't aware of anything else. No. It wasn't aware of.
But I guess we could start with the opening credits, because right off the bat, it was a Lord Miller production. So,
who?
Phil Lord and Chris Miller. Did they
make the beer?
They made the Lego Movie.
Oh,
they made the Lego Movie. They produced the Jump Street movies. Like they're good dudes. I think it was produced by them. It was I think the directing debut of Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah, she should
probably
never do that
stop.
Again. Yeah, don't ever do that.
And it's not because she's a woman.
All right. I remember reading like.
Wait, do you have your notes?
Of course, I
got my notes.
I remember reading her like talking about the movie. She was like, "This might end my career."
Yeah, right.
And yeah, not for the reasons you think.
Yes, queen.
She's like, "This is really pushing the envelope. This is a real like, no, it's gonna ruin your directing career because it sucked ass."
It's also not pushing the envelope at all.
This was the most generic cookie cutter movie you could have possibly made.
But here's one part that was actually pretty cool, is that it was written by Jimmy Warden.
Yeah, he's to blame.
Yeah.
I said that.
I made sure you wrote down the name. Do you know Jimmy Warden?
Did he?
That's because he has no writing credits. He does. He has one movie I wrote down called Babysitter.
Jimmy Warden. Yeah.
He has 2 writing credits, including this movie. And I know you got to start somewhere.
What was the other one?
Babysitter. I just said that.
What is Babysitter?
That's his writing credit.
What is it?
Oh, I don't fucking know. It was like some stupid.
Wow.
Stupid.
Hey, everybody, we're professional critics.
Yeah. Yeah, that movie was stinky.
I rate that one fucking stupid.
Yeah, I rate that one bad.
Yuck. 10. No, I'm not doing that bit.
Ugh. So it opens up in the forest with these 2 Swedish actors, and they were just terrible.
No, it opened with a crazy guy throwing cocaine out of a plane.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Who I thought was Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah.
I was like, what is Paul Rudd doing? Throwing cocaine out of a plane. And he was doing it to, what was the song?
I don't remember.
He was doing it to some, like, rock song. Takes place in the 80s.
Yeah, so there was like, a lot of, like, rock and roll, techno.
Doing a lot of kicking.
Yeah, he was like, yeah.
Air guitaring. And
rock and roll. And then, yeah, he was really launching these duffel bags, like, out of this plane, which he would have gotten sucked out of that plane, by the way. And then he's...
No, that was like, it was like a, you know, like...
He was also doing coke as he was throwing...
The cabin wasn't pressurized. It wasn't like a jetliner.
I'm just saying, he was just kind of like... Well, regardless, he wound up falling out of the plane anyway.
No, I wrote a note because of how annoyed I was. He goes to jump out of the plane and smacks his head on the door frame and then rolls out.
Yeah, he knocked himself
like a
out.
corpse.
And because he was knocked out, he couldn't eject the fucking thing and he died.
And this may just be personal preference, but I'm right. Slapstick comedy fucking sucks. I hate it so much. Oh, he hit his head on the door and he fell out of an airplane. God damn, that's funny.
The fat guy fell.
Woo, that shit tickles me fucking harder than my pappy.
Okay. So after...
I don't know my father.
It's true. So after that happens, then we find this Swedish couple who are just
Swedish, the German.
They had an accent, so
that's gonna segue into a point I'm gonna make later.
They were walking around the woods and they see this bear just headbutting a tree, just. And then like they're like, oh wow, it's a bear. It's a bear.
Oh wow, sein bear is headbutting a tree.
Get the camera. And then the wife goes, well, I wrote down the line, that's how bad it was. They're taking pictures of the bear and she goes, we have such good luck in the woods. And he goes, yes. And then the bear looks at them and eats them. No, just rips the wife apart and leaves the husband there because it gets distracted by a butterfly. And then the title, Cocaine Bear, comes on the screen.
Okay.
Comes on the screen.
Bear.
Yeah. And then that's when Little Ice Cube came in.
And he got fat.
He got pretty chunky.
He's a little chubby
But he did have
now.
some pretty sweet kicks. I enjoy a good shoe.
Until he stepped in a river for no reason.
Yeah, and then he
Because,
just kept walking around in it.
Because we have to do the black guy ruins his shoes.
Yeah. Damn, my J's.
Oh, shit, my Air Jordans. Oh, it's the only thing I care about because I'm an African-American man.
Shoes.
Shoes.
Hey, but I like shoes.
Yeah?
Does anybody want to see my shoes?
Shout out to the shoe guy, Hollywood.
Nah, come on, man. That's our joke. I got shoes.
Hey, shoes. Wow, there's a shoe right here.
Yeah. Look at those. Look at those.
Get that filthy fucking thing away from
I got those so long ago, and they're
I'm not
still
wearing
fucking
shoes.
mint condition.
I'm not wearing shoes because I'm in the comfort of my own home.
All right, so let's really let's keep it going. So it opened. Forget.
It's that wet brain of yours.
Yeah, wet brain is a serious condition. Look it up.
It's raining out, so it's extra
It's raining,
wet.
and it's just seeping into my skull. It's like
He absorbs the moisture from the atmosphere straight through his ears.
You could wring out my brain like a sponge.
And that's on a normal day.
That's on a normal day. You should see me after a bender. Dude, we're going to the city tonight. By tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up soaked. I'm going to flood Jack's apartment.
Catch out next week when Charlie can't remember his own name.
Hey, guys, I'm Jeff. It's great to have you here.
Hey, guys, welcome to the Degenerate podcast. I can't remember 1st through 3rd grade. All right.
Hey, guys, welcome back to the Joe Rogan pod. Where are we?
Who am I?
Have you done DMT?
I'm smoking reefer right now.
So Ice Cube's son, O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Is that really his name?
Yeah. Walks into
O'Shea Jackson?
this is gonna sound like a joke setup. So O'Shea Jackson Jr. walks into a bar.
That's like the 3 blackest names.
O'Shea Jackson and Jr.
None of those are first names.
Maybe what if that's like not his name?
You just came up with that?
That happened last week. I said
Round Eye?
I said the guy from Everything Everywhere All at Once. I was like, yeah, he was Round Eye in Indiana Jones, and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm like, no, that was his name. It wasn't his name. His name was Short Round. Short Round. They're catching up to me.
Oh shit!
They're coming.
I'm so subconsciously racist.
Soaking wet up. Soaking wet up here.
He's his brain is soaked in racist juice.
Just like
his brain was like a whiskey barrel, but in like the deep south. Just soaking in the.
So Ice Cube's son goes into a bar and sees his friend crying. And I just want to say this looked like a set. Like, it didn't look like a bar. It looked like a fucking like student film set. There was like one extra. There was the bar counter was perfectly clean. No one had, this guy looks like he's been drinking there forever, but it's like 2 PM. It was just weird. Like, it doesn't, and the framing just seemed like a student film. Fucking mini Ice Cube comes in. He's like, "Hey, buddy, how you feeling?" He's like, and he's like weeping over his dead friend or something. They never really.
It was dead girlfriend.
Named Joan, and then he got
John.
and he gets Joan.
They kind of couldn't pick if it was John, Joan, or Jonathan from Stranger Things.
But he gets Joan tattooed in a heart on his chest, but the tattoo artist had written John. He goes, "I gotta let it heal for a whole week before I can go back there and fix it to Joan. I got John for a week." And we're like, okay.
Ooh.
Oh boy. This is
I really have to point out that he was eating dry penne pasta.
Yeah, he was just eating. He was just eating pasta.
But there was no sauce. There was no butter.
That's because it looked like the most bland set, and they're like eating the most bland meal. It's like, can we put something in front of them? We got noodles.
Now that's insulting to Italians. All right.
Yeah.
Not the word guinea.
You're gonna eat pasta,
but sauceless penne.
You know, speaking of Italians, so Ray Liotta comes in.
You are jumping the gun. You are an hour and a half early.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be in a movie with a bear on cocaine.
I'm Ray Liotta.
I'm Ray Liotta.
That bear's on cocaine.
He's like, listen, wait, you do his laugh thing. He's on cocaine.
He's on cocaine. I'm Ray Liotta.
that was more Pesci.
Yeah,
You
sorry.
had a little bit of Joe Pesci in there.
Dance for me, clown.
Funny how?
Funny how?
Now here's
Why
the
you
thing.
amuse you?
Now Tommy was a funny guy.
I think I could do. I did Pesci better because I've seen my cousin Vinny too many times.
Yeah, right. 2 Utes.
2 Utes. What is that?
2 what?
2 what?
2 what?
2 Utes.
I'd love for people who've never seen My Cousin Vinny to be like, the fuck are these guys talking about?
That could go for any of the movies we constantly
That is true.
quote.
So Ray Liotta comes in after he was stirring the sauce. And he
That didn't go on the penne.
that didn't go on the penne. So yeah, Ray Liotta comes in, he meets up with Ice Cube's son. He goes, "You gotta get my cocaine." He goes, "There's cocaine in the woods." He goes, "And I'm stuck watching my son's kid. I'm a grandfather. Come on." And it's like, okay. So like Ice Cube's son is like, "Yeah, I'll go into the woods and get your cocaine." So he gets his friend at the bar, who is revealed to be Ray Liotta's son. Son-in-law. I wasn't, does it fucking matter?
You know what? Honestly, I could be wrong. I have no idea.
And then they just, and then they go to find the cocaine, and then we go to the sheriff's department, right?
Oh, well, yeah. I guess
fucking
the
hate
pacing
this
of this
fucking
movie. The pacing of this movie was fucking terrible. I feel like we've said that for every movie we've done so far, but
yeah, this was bad.
it didn't make.
Well,
Things were either happening way too fast or way too slow. There was no point where I was like, "This is a nice, calm moment."
Nothing was good. But yet, no, we go to a police station, or the crime scene when that guy jumped out of the parachute, and the lead detective is like, "Oh man, well, he's dead." And then his like,
"Why are you making him sound like Flanders?" Diddly do.
"Oh man, hey Homer,
Hey Homer.
man, he's just covered in squiddly blood." "Have you tried blessing him by our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?"
This looks like a kickety cocaine bear did this.
Wouldn't that make him a paraplegiorino? Shut up, Flanders. We're not doing this. So mind you, the lead detective in this is a black guy, so I don't know why I made him sound like Ned Flanders.
He was like, what's his name? Don Glover from Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, I'm getting too old for this shit.
A sprinkle of what's his name from I'm really doing a disservice to sitcoms everywhere. Did I do that? What's that?
My family, all in the family. Family Matters.
Is that Family
Matters?
Did
I
do that?
Also, never seen an episode of that show.
I just remember waking up at like 3 a.m. and it would be on the TV.
He was like, "Oh, this is Matters." I wake up, I'm like, "The fuck's going on?" He's like,
It was that, and it was George Lopez. I'd always wake up like it was a fever
dude,
dream.
my alarm, it was like a 4 a.m. alarm. And just see his fucking face.
I'd wake up to a Mexican family on a trampoline. Go, what the fuck's going on? Oh, right. Duh.
Okay, so the cop, he's like,
wake up in
"Oh
a
man,"
sweat.
he's like, "That guy's dead." And then he's like, and then he gets it like a Pomeranian.
Oh,
And he goes,
brother.
"Oh man, I don't want this Pomeranian. Hell, I've only had it for a day." So he asks his partner, this female cop, he goes, "Can you watch my dog? I've only had it for a day. And I got to go to Knoxville, Tennessee to see where all this cocaine is." So then he goes to find the cocaine. So now Ice Cube's son, I'm just going to keep calling him Ice Cube's son. Ice Cube's son.
Just call him Ice Cube.
Yeah. So Ice Cube's looking for the cocaine, Now the cop is looking for the cocaine, but now these two like 9-year-olds are just out in the woods gallivanting and they stumble across the cocaine. And these roles should have been written for like 25-year-olds.
No, not should have. I think they were written for 25-year-olds. And then for some reason, somebody went, what if we make them 9?
What if we make them kids?
They're like in the woods, like.
They find a cocaine brick. They're like,
she goes, this is cocaine.
Yeah.
Like, how does a 9-year-old know what a brick of cocaine
yeah, it was like
looks
perfectly packaged in like that brown wrap. And it was a brick.
And these aren't 2020 kids that have the internet. These are 1985 kids that haven't fucking.
It's like if Stranger Things were retards.
If they had seen cocaine in 1985, there was a much bigger issue going on.
Yeah, she presents it to the boy. She's like, cocaine, and
Look,
he goes,
it's cocaine.
And he was trying to like impress her. He goes, yeah, I've done it before, but he's also 10, and it's like, what? So then they like, what do you do? So they each take a spoonful and they just like eat it off a knife. I'm like,
they're like, we're gonna do it. Which
and
I don't know why.
Yeah, and then they both like spit it out like, puh, it tastes like shit.
There was this whole movie. Every character in this movie kept doing things for no reason.
Yeah,
and like they never once had a reason to do anything.
But the kids, they were like, oh, that tastes like shit, and they're like, yeah, it tastes like fucking shit, and it's like kids cursing equals funny. Okay, yeah. But every time, like, dude, the one thing I hate more than like the cursing kids or like, you know, the racist grandma character, the one character the one character that I fucking hate the most in movies, my least favorite movie character, is the character that monologues that love is bullshit and then they fall in love at the end of the movie.
Oh, the fucking depressed guy.
That's my least, even like with girls, like, because love's not real. Okay, love is just something that people. And then
it's brain chemicals.
Yeah, but then they're married at the end of the movie because like,
I was wrong. The whole time.
Whoops. Those are my least favorite movie characters.
The one character, his only character trait was that he was depressed, and it's all he would talk about.
Yeah.
And it was so annoying 5 seconds in, and then it goes on for another hour and a half.
Yeah, the whole time, Ray Liotta's son was like, my girlfriend died. But it also has, it doesn't add substance to the movie. Nothing matters. You could have taken that character out of the movie and just had Ice Cube going to look for it.
It didn't have anything to do with the story. So why was it included?
Nothing had anything to do with anything. But now we're at the sheriff's department in the middle of the woods.
Ranger. Park Rangers.
The Park Rangers. So there's like a little,
not some sheriff out there. Like, we're shooting out in the woods.
So there's a sheriff played by Margot Martindale.
Ranger.
I keep saying sheriff.
Yes.
Sorry. So the ranger played by Margot Martindale. She's like dousing herself in perfume because she's expecting company.
And she's horny.
Yeah. She's ready to rub something.
Margot Martindale's horny. She wants that cock.
But then she opens the door to go into like the lobby area, and there's just a gay kid stealing candy off of her desk. And this kid's like 25. He's like, oh, sorry. And she's like, what are you doing in here? And then I wish we didn't have to call them the gay kids, but they were. They were so like weirdly flamboyantly gay. Yeah. For no reason. And he tries to like distract her from stealing lollipops. Again, he's 25. Why is he there? Like, he's just there for no reason. But then she comes out and he's like, tries to distract her. He's like, are you wearing perfume? It smells expensive. And she's like, yeah, I am wearing perfume. And then he's like, well, good luck with that. And then she goes to give him a red lollipop. He goes, I like green. She goes, you're getting red.
You little shit.
You're getting bread.
You little homo. Yeah. I'm Margot Martindale and I'm horny.
Yeah. But then the company that arrives is a fucking hick played by Jesse Tyler Ferguson.
Was he a hick?
Kind of.
He was like a hippie.
Yeah.
He was also kind of flamboyant.
Well, because here's the thing. Jesse Tyler Ferguson played Mitchell on Modern Family, which just ended like 2 years ago. And he's been playing that role steadily since like 2008. So he was probably so stuck in that role still. And then they're like, hey, can we just give you long hair and a mustache? And he's like, yeah, sure. But he was clearly just doing like the same thing. Unless that's just how he is. Like, fuck it, whatever.
You see him offset and he's like, hi, everybody. Yeah. How's it going?
I mean, regardless, he just, we'll get into it.
Can I also really quickly point out that the accents we do for all the characters are going to sound really crazy and like random because dead ass, that's how their accents changed every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the line to the end of the line, nobody could keep an accent going.
They'll be like, "Hey, is there a bear out here doing cocaine?"
And nobody had the same accent. Like they're all from Tennessee, but for some reason one of them sounds British.
Yeah.
Some of them are Swedish for no reason.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Some of them are like from Texas. They're like, "Hi, beautiful, how you going? Hi."
Oh, real quick, can we talk about when Ice Cube was on his way to the woods and he like calls Ray Liotta on a payphone? It was the most disgusting camera angle. Usually I'm not so picky. This was the most disgusting camera. It was like on the floor looking up, and he's like...
And upside down.
Hold on. He was like... How do I get this like down here? He's like, yeah.
Other way.
Yeah.
It has to be upside down.
Oh, yeah. He's like, yeah.
There it is.
He's like, yeah, I'm on my way there.
If you're listening on audio, it is terrible.
Ready? Yeah. Yeah, I'll be there. I got it. No worries. It was a headache.
Made me physically ill.
Was that?
You got it?
I fucking hope
Was
so.
it worth it?
That's good. Was it worth it?
Was it worth it?
So, yeah, that was gross. But anyway, so the park ranger is hanging out with Jesse Tyler Ferguson now because she wants to bang him. But then the mom comes in. She's like, my daughter's missing because she's 9 years old and on cocaine now. And then like the bear is just, I hate this fucking movie. The bear was just everywhere. It was just kept attacking and clawing, and the movie just sucked. It sucked.
Great summary, Charlie.
It just
all right,
sucked.
everybody.
Okay.
That was us.
So sum it up, asshole.
We're getting there. I don't know what you want from it. I just there was a lot, like there was so many problems.
Well, hold on. The ranger took the mom and the guy to walk up into the woods to find the daughter, but then Ice Cube pulls up, and then he's like taking a piss in the bathroom, and the 3 gay kids come in to beat the shit out of him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then he just starts fucking these kids up.
Oh yeah,
he's like fucking trucked one with a skateboard, and then just started beating the shit out of him. They stabbed him in the shoulder with a butterfly knife, and then he beats the shit out of all of them. And one of the kids like leans up, he goes, "Ow!" And then he just kicks him in the fucking face.
Delivers the hardest kick I've ever seen.
It was so bad.
That kid should be fucking dead.
I know. And then Ice Cube's friend comes in and goes, "What happened?" And he's got like a knife in his shoulder. He's like, "Nothing." And then the friend,
which,
like,
I mean, it's pretty, I feel like it would be that hard to explain. Hey, what happened? Oh, I beat the shit out of these guys because they stabbed me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then Ice Cube's friend finds cocaine in one of the kids' pocket, like a brick. He goes, "I think we're onto something here." And then they set out to find more cocaine. But then, right when they leave the park ranger office, then the detective shows up. Like everything's just like happening. It's like they're like half a mile down the road, and it's like, all right, you can come now. And like everyone's just coming right after the next person.
So it's completely random nonsense too.
Like
somebody shows up and then it cuts to a different thing happening, and then it cuts to a different thing happening. And then an hour and a half later, it cuts to the original thing that we were watching, but I already forgot about it, so why would I care about it?
I know. But then the mom of the daughter finds the daughter's friend who's up in a tree. He goes, "This is so fucked. It's so fucked." Because kids cursing is funny. So
I really don't understand why we needed kid actors in a movie called Cocaine Bear.
I don't know. There's there is so, like, if you were gonna make this movie, like if you got the green light, there is so much you can do with it. You could have done this a million different ways. Why do you have to pick this one?
They try to take advantage of the fact that it was based on a true story, which it is so loosely based on a true story.
Yeah.
The truest part is that at some point in the 80s, somebody dropped cocaine out of a plane.
Well, yeah, the true story is a bear did find it, but it OD'd like 10 minutes later. It ate the whole fucking bag and then died. Didn't go on a rampage.
But like, They took that and then they were like, what if we have a bunch of fucking jerk off kids in there too? And then what if we have Ice Cube in there too?
Yeah.
And then what if we have
We could only get his son.
What if we get Margot Martindale to play a sheriff that can't? I mean, now you got me doing it. You got me doing it now.
He did it.
We get a ranger. She's got a revolver that she can't shoot, and she doesn't carry any ammo for it.
Yeah. But then they go into the woods, they see the kid up in the tree, and then they're like, we'll get you down. And then the bear like takes turns coming out of the bushes and like clawing someone. Then I'll like run over to the next person and claw them. And I saw so many of like those shots where they're laying on the ground and they're like, I think I'm safe. They do that like
It was such a.
they do like that dragged away into the bushes. Like
It was such a sneaky
I
bear.
didn't see that coming.
He's such a sneaky
I didn't
little
see
guy.
that coming at all. It was cray.
Guy's so sneaky.
It was fucking cray.
It was also bigger than a normal black bear is. So I don't know how it was so sneaky.
Yeah, right. It's
The
fucking.
thing was
It's
like-
a huge.
it was
It's
like-
also noon. Like it's not night. It's noon.
And they were in a clearing in like a national park. Like it wasn't like
yeah.
this
There's
is
nowhere
like,
to hide.
This wasn't like the deep brush of the Amazon.
Yeah, like the craziest shit is like they're all talking. They're like, man, this shit's crazy, and then they just slowly turn around and see it. I'm like, you don't have to slowly turn around to see a fucking bear in the middle of a picnic area. But anyway, Martindale gets clawed in the thigh, and they show some really bad prosthetic makeup.
Yeah, but we got a peek at Martindale's sweet ass.
I think, you know what? I'm wearing these pants for the first time. I think I already came in them.
Oh, well, that's good because Margot Martindale's horny.
That's why she's wearing that perfume.
Ready to go.
She's wearing that perfume. As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to have sex with Margot Martindale.
As far back as I can remember, I was high on cocaine and so horny.
Eh?
Eh?
So yeah, she like runs back to the. She like leaves everyone there to run. She's like, I gotta get more bullets. So she like runs
Which
her
is
ass.
so Margot.
So Margot. So she runs back to the ranger station and sees all the gay kids like with their fucking
Okay,
teeth
maybe we
kicked
shouldn't
in.
refer to them as the gay kids.
She sees the flint.
There's a gang of Roman homos in the woods.
Just
What do we
offering out
do?
hand jobs.
They keep having sex with men.
So they're in the deputies, the ranger station, and it's just kind of like, why? Like, you've been committing crimes. You just tried to assault this guy.
She refers to them as their gang name, which I don't remember.
Yeah, the gang name was like the homos or something. So she goes back in and she sees they all have like their teeth kicked in, and she's like, what happened? And they're like, the guy's crazy. And she thinks they're talking about the bear.
It was the weirdest bit of like
Yeah.
it was so like
There's no way you could miss, like, because they had like bandages on. They looked like they got
No, it
beat
was
up.
just-
They
it
didn't
was-
look like they
it was
got
like-
attacked by a bear.
It was like misdirection, but in like the weirdest, like
Yeah.
it didn't matter in this moment. Like it was like they were talking about Ice Cube and she was talking about a bear, but it really didn't fucking matter whether
Yeah.
or not it was setting up when they open the door expecting Ice Cube and it's a bear. But
Yeah.
the bear doesn't attack them, it's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Like
So,
a
well,
dumbass.
the funniest thing is she's like, she empties out her gun that has ammo in it and then reloads it. She's like, yeah,
Yeah, it's a revolver. You have to take the shells out.
but there were only like 2 in there. Whatever.
What were you counting them?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember how many. She probably
no, it
had a-
showed it.
Oh,
Whatever.
well, then fuck the prop guy. Fuck that guy. That guy
fuck
sucks.
him. Get the prop guy from Rust. Anyway,
That one went over my head.
that's a movie with Alec Baldwin when
Oh,
we'll
where
take
he
that out.
shot a woman.
We'll
and
take that
killed
out.
her.
So
No,
she
he
loads up the
You don't get to make those
revolver,
decisions.
and she's like, "Shut up, you kids! If it weren't for you, I'd be in Yellowstone right now. Open the door." And the kid's like, "Okay."
Pristine park of all the
Yeah.
rangers.
Yeah, and he
Yellowstone.
opens the door expecting Ice Cube, and then there's a bear, and the kid goes, "Holy shit." And then Margot Martindale shoots, misfires, and just shoots the kid in the back of the head, and the bullet like explodes out his skull.
She like wanted him though. She like curved the bullet. Cause it's like the camera is where the bear is, and she's pointing the gun at the camera, and the kid is over here.
Yeah.
And he's like off to the side, and the bullet just like, and like
Yeah.
hits him in the back of it. And it wasn't like it like shot him at an angle. It blew out of his eye, like went past the bear.
Yeah.
like,
And then the
that's-
bear just ran off. Like the bear, it was so annoying. The bear didn't eat anyone. It would like scratch you and like it.
It was like self-aware.
Yeah, it was like, I'm not gonna kill you, man. I just want my cocaine. I just want my cocaine,
I
man.
just want a little bit of cocaine. That's so bad.
You ever been to Medellin, man?
I'm gonna crawl around the roof because I know how guns work. Because I'm
Yeah. The bear's like crawling around the roof of the ranger station, and she's like looking up, like, "Where are you?
They're in the walls.
Where are you?
They're in the goddamn walls.
They're in the goddamn walls." But then like some debris, like dirt and debris, starts coming down from the chimney. I'm like, there's no fucking way this bear is gonna come down the chimney.
Yeah, this movie tried to do misdirection.
Yeah,
a lot.
and then the kid like backs up to the door. He's like, ugh. But like
I
the
wasn't
way
done
it's...
making my point.
Make your point.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Make your point.
This movie tried to do misdirection a lot and wasn't good at it.
No.
You couldn't wait for that.
I gave you your
This
chance.
guy's got fucking places
So
to be.
now the kid backs
Guy's
up
on
to
a
the
tight schedule.
He backs up to the door, but the way it's framed, there's like a glass window in the door, and it's just right next to him, and it's like you just know. Like, you know that the bear's gonna come through the window and rip his face off, and that's exactly what it did.
He
And then
backs up.
the bear put the kid's head in a bucket. Like, it's the dumbest movie.
Yeah, the TikTok paramedic shows up,
Yeah.
and
I do think he's funny.
yeah, he's funny when he's on TikTok.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything in this movie but get eaten.
Yeah. What's his name?
I don't know.
I just know him as like the retail guy.
I don't have TikTok. I don't know.
Well, you were funny.
Not you. You're funny outside of this movie. This movie did you no favors, dude. He's under.
Yeah.
So he like opens a closet and the bear's in there with the corpse, and he just slowly closes the door again. But then the bear kicks the door down, and he's like under the door, and the bear's standing on top of the
Like
door,
bouncing on him.
Yeah, and he's like holding the bear up, and I'm like, do they know how heavy a bear is? He should be like getting crushed right now because the bear is just standing on the door,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah, it's like you would be literally fucking crushed.
his ribs would be broken, lungs punctured.
There's a 2-ton animal.
He also only had like 4 lines.
Yeah, he was in that
odd.
one scene because then they get into they put Margot Martindale in the stretcher and they put her in the van.
They strap that bitch down.
Yeah, they
'cause know
strap
how
her
horny
down
she is.
and she's got the pistol. She's like, I'm horny and I'm going to misfire on somebody if I don't get my
I'm
pipe.
horny and I'm gonna let loose my load.
Yeah. So, the TikTok guy is like, start the van, go, and he like chases up and he like dives in. But then the bear eats a bunch of cocaine and then starts running like 60 miles an hour after the van for some reason.
This was
Because it left all the cocaine. It like ate it, but it left some and then just started chasing them.
This was another moment. I was gonna say this before, but this movie does that annoying thing that all modern comedies have to do now, where they make the joke and then a character says the joke.
Oh, that was the worst in this.
Yeah, before the guy was eating the penne with no pasta, and at some point he goes, Ice Cube goes, "How's the pasta?" He goes, "It's dry." And it's like, I almost gave you the benefit of the doubt movie because I was like, oh, it's dry pasta. That's kind of a funny visual joke. And
Yeah.
he goes, "The pasta's dry." And then when he jumps in the back of the ambulance, he's like, "I wasn't even in the ambulance yet. Like, we know.
Yeah,
we
he was-
have eyes."
Yeah, he was running after it for like kind of a while, and then he jumps in. He's like, "Man, I wasn't even in yet."
What is this, a movie for the blind?
Yeah, it's like, I got eyes, bitch.
I can see that. Thank you. I understood that much.
Yeah, this part actually got me though. So the bear jumps into the ambulance van, starts ripping the guy apart. They hit like and the driver, this like Asian chick, is just like, "Oh God!" And she like, hits a bump. And Margot Martindale, strapped down in the stretcher, flies out and smacks face first down on the pavement and just skids, and her face like melts off.
She meat crayons.
Yeah. Meat crayon? What the fuck? You make that up?
No.
What the hell you say?
The hell you
Yeah, man, you made that up.
Nah, brother. Not me.
Man, you know that tickled me right here.
Let me tickle you right there.
Oh, you dog.
Oh my God.
The hell you say? So yeah, so she meat crayons.
She meat
She
crayons.
meat crayons. And then the driver's like, what? And she hits a tree and flies out the front windshield and she dies immediately. And then it cuts back to the TikTok guy and he's like missing his hands. They've been like eaten and he's like all mangled.
He stick ones up and then it like flops off his wrist and he's like, ah.
And then he dies.
And then he dies.
And he just sounded like Wario.
Well, then the driver of the ambulance just guns it and slams into a tree for no reason. And she flies out the windshield and like rolls up and she's just dead. And then it like cuts to each of their corpses for no reason.
But then the bear gets out and then doesn't do anything with any of them. It just walks away.
Well, time for me to hit the dusty trail.
By dust, I mean cocaine.
Oh yeah, brother. Maybe this movie would have been better if the bear could talk.
Yeah, right.
I wish
you guys got any cocaine?
If I made this movie, I would have made the bear talk and the bear narrate the entire thing.
Like Ray Liotta.
Like Ray Liotta.
He should have played the bear. So there I was eating all this cocaine. And then a couple of guys came up to me and they said, hey, you're all right. You're a good fella.
Hey, get your shine box.
You touch her again, you're dead. You're dead. Touch my cocaine, you're dead.
You touch my cubs, you're dead.
Yeah. But it was like, it was ridiculous, man. But yeah, I would love for if Ray Liotta played the bear. Oh my God. So now I gotta go all the way to Jimmy's house and give him the guns. And then I gotta meet up with my Pittsburgh guys with our cocaine.
My Tennessee guys with the cocaine.
Yeah, my guys down in Knoxville.
My Tennessee guys out in the boonies with the cocaine.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so then what happens is Ice Cube finds the coke, but the detective beat them there. So they're in like a standoff. And like the detective like shoots Ice Cube's fingers off, but he hits like, so he looks like this now. And like a joke was like, how did he hit
You're
those?
flipping the camera off.
I have my pinky up.
So?
Or wait, was it?
It was the other two. It was the ring and the pointer.
That's impossible. I can't.
Was it the ring and the pointer?
All right, so he looks like Kevin Spacey in Usual Suspects.
It looks like he has cerebral palsy.
No. And like that, he's gone. No, so he's like this now, and he's like, and the joke is like, how did he hit those fingers? It's like, yeah,
Which, yes, you did guess correctly. They said out loud.
Yep, which would have just been funny if no one pointed it out. Let me do that. Let me notice the joke. But Elizabeth Banks in her directing debut, do you think they're gonna notice if we don't say it? Nah, we should say it. We should fucking say it. We should say it.
The audience is dumb. And their
Here comes-
brains
here
are
it
made
comes.
of, they're made of meat. You just-
It's good. That was a good joke.
So anyway, he gets his fingers blown off, and they're like, and the detective is like, lay down. So they're like laying down, but Ice Cube's
He's
got
also
a
on
gun.
top of a gazebo at the moment.
Yeah, he's on a gazebo, by the
I forgot
way.
to mention that point.
So Ice Cube like runs under the gazebo with the gun. And he's like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. And then the bear comes out, and then the friend is like laying on the ground. The bear just like falls asleep on top of him.
Came down from that high.
Yeah, came down from the high.
Even though it just did cocaine 5 minutes
And then
ago.
Ice Cube looks up at the cop and goes, hey man, can we call a timeout so I could help my friend? And then he like goes,
T, brother, T.
yeah, and then the cop goes, all right. So then Ice Cube goes over to his friend and goes, hey man, you okay? And he goes, and it's all muffled because there's a bear on him, like he wouldn't be dead. He goes, the bear's vagina is on my head. It's like, ha. Okay.
Bear vagina.
The last thing I would be worried about is a bear's vagina on me. I'd kind of be worried that there is a fucking rampaged bear on me. I wouldn't be thinking about its pussy unless you're Margot Martindale.
I can't stop thinking about that bear pussy.
Tie me down because I'm gonna go fucking nuts with this thing.
I'm gonna go fucking nuts on that bear pussy. That pussy.
That pussy. Show me that pussy.
Show me that bear pussy.
So anyway, the bear wakes up and starts eating all the cocaine. And then Ray Liotta just shows up in the woods with a rifle and just shoots the cop who's on top of the gazebo. And he doesn't roll off the roof. He just falls and stays there. He's just, ow.
Kind of like falls to one knee. He's like,
He gets shot with with a rifle. He's like,
I gotta lay down.
yeah, I got an old boy.
Oh boy.
Ow.
I ate too many chicken wings.
Yeah. So he lays down and he's just like, oh. And then like Ice Cube and Ray Liotta's son run up to Ray Liotta, and then Ray Liotta's son is like,
There's a bear on cocaine, Dad. Dad, there's a bear on cocaine.
Yeah, the overacting got intense. Right in that moment.
And then he goes,
There's a bear. It's on cocaine.
and then he goes,
Fuck this journey. Fuck this journey.
who says fuck this journey?
There's a bear on cocaine. There's a bear. And he's on cocaine.
Yeah, that was also every other line in the movie, because every character would have an
bear's
interaction
on
with the bear.
cocaine? The
So
bear's on
every
cocaine?
character wound up going,
That bear's on cocaine.
Bear's on cocaine.
That bear's on cocaine.
That bear's on cocaine.
That bear's on.
You're telling me.
and then like the last one was the kid.
The bear's on cocaine. That bear's on fucking cocaine. So you're
He's shaking the shit out of my
Hey,
camera.
listen. So you're telling me? Hey. So you're telling me that we got a bear on cocaine over here?
Oh,
We
it's
got a
Ray
fucking
Liotta.
bear on
We
cocaine,
got a
and you're not
fucking
doing
bear?
fucking nothing about it. I want you to find this fucking bear.
Oh, is my hair real?
Then Ray Liotta comes out. Now, we knew that if we didn't find the bear. So anyway, and the big plot twist, the detective, the co-worker, the female cop that was left with the Pomeranian, she shows up. And the cop's like, oh, your boys are in trouble now. He goes, but be careful, partner. These are some sneaky fellas.
Some real sneaky fellas.
Yeah, which they're not sneaky. Nothing they did was sneaky.
There was a lot of character this moment that had these weird, like, flamboyant, flowy scenes and, like, horror stuff. Like, one of the only kid of the trio of teenagers that running around stabbing people, the only one to survive was this weird, like, he
looked like he should have been in the movie Deliverance. It's like one of those fucking incest rednecks.
Or like Django as like a slave master. He had this weird.
Yeah, he was like,
hello there.
Yeah, he reminded what the guy Walton Goggins from Django.
Yeah, he had this like flamboyant slave owner.
He's like, hi. He's like, yeah, just you boys can come and follow me, but don't make yourself too comfortable now. He's like,
like, this guy was like, when my mom and dad got divorced, they bought me a lizard.
Yeah, and that lizard was gay.
And I practiced pickup lines on the lizard, and then I met my two best friends that I don't have sex with.
Yeah.
Or do I?
It was like, what? And he had like blonde hair, but it was cut straight across, but also like really high up. Like it was like the start of a mullet. And he was just like, hey. I was like, oh. So yeah. Anyway, so the lady detective shows up, and then it turns out she's working with Ray Liotta.
Oh. So you're telling me that we got a cop here and she's working with Ray Liotta?
Oh, I didn't even know they were allowed to be cops. Back
Yeah,
in the 80s.
and then the lead detective who's dying on the roof goes, I trusted you. State of Georgia trusted you. And the United States trusted you.
Oh, America.
In America. And then he just died. It's weird because he died. He was like this. And then he like closed his eyes.
Just closed.
But they were open for so long, and the camera started like, pulling away from his face. He was like, it's like, oh, okay.
Oh.
Is he gonna open those again? Huh.
Weird.
So yeah, and then they reveal that the daughter by the way, the mom and that weird little boy are still looking for the daughter because she ran off.
Oh yeah, there's like half an hour of the movie
Yeah,
where it goes to like show everything that we just explained, and then it randomly cuts back to the kid and the mom like walking through the woods. Like, I forgot they existed.
Yeah, every
Who are
like
these
half
people?
hour we would see them walking through the woods a little, like, dang, we gotta find my daughter. So then it's revealed that the daughter's like in a dark cave, like hiding. And then it just cuts away from it. So we're like, okay, well, we know where she is now. So who the fuck cares? We know where she is. And then it keeps cutting to the mom. Where's my daughter? And they're still trucking through the woods. We're like, yeah, but we know where she is. So this is whatever mystery, whatever anything you're trying to set up is ruined because the audience knows. We know. Yeah, but then they wind up going into the cave. They find the daughter. And she's like, look. And there's like 2 cocaine covered baby cubs, like playing in the duffel bag, all cute. And it's like, yeah, but they're going to die because that's so much coke.
We're all going to die.
And like, and then they're like white. And then the kid goes, man, they look like polar bears. Oh,
why?
funny.
Because they're white?
Yeah. What the
That's pretty
fuck?
fucking offensive.
Yeah, man. What the fuck?
I'm offended.
I'm offended on behalf of a CGI bear, bitch.
As a white man.
Man,
I'm offended.
Man, I'm offended. Man, I'd be offended.
What?
What?
What are you doing?
I don't know.
What was that accent?
Man, I'd be offended.
Why'd it get so smooth and sexy?
Man.
Y'all ever be offended and shit?
Man, I'd be offended, man. You ever be offended? Man, you ever just wake up one day and you choose, man, I want to be offended today.
I was offended once. I came right in my pants.
Chapter 1, being offended.
I came in my pants. Chapter 2,
The cleanup. I got me a damn towel trying to clean up that mess, but it was just kind of pushing everything around. Does that happen to you?
I really hate this bit.
Man,
I want out of this bit pronto.
man, I'm offended.
I hope I go to jump out of the plane of this bit and hit my head. My parachute fails and a cocaine eats all my bear.
Well, we're about to get to a really juicy part. They find the daughter, and it's like 5 p.m.
Mazel tov! Papa did the shaving. They found the daughter. They found the daughter.
Yeah, they found the daughter. So,
And they killed her.
yeah. No, so it's like 5 p.m., so the sun's still out, right? They go into the cave, find the daughter, and then they walk out the other side of the cave where there's like a waterfall, and then it's like 8 at night. It's dark out. And I'm like, what the fuck happened?
That was so annoying.
What, did they walk to like a time paradox? What the fuck's going on here?
What is going on here?
But
I keep
anyway,
slipping into accents. You having a stroke?
no, mate. Everything seems to be good, mate. So the waterfall, the kid, the little boy, he reaches.
Oh my god!
You do it.
How do you explain what happened?
He goes to just touch the waterfall. He like leans off the cliff. He's like, and he like touches it, but then like his shirt. You know what? I'll draw it.
I don't know if it was his shirt or if it was
That's where his shirt ended. That line, and then his wrist just kind of like it came out like 3 more inches.
You didn't have to draw on yourself to explain.
I'm a good teacher. It was just weird.
His wrist just like he was at maximum stretch, and he was like feeling the water, and then his wrist stretched out like 3 more inches.
Yeah,
and it was like the most like I rewinded. It was like I'm pretty sure his wrist just extended out. Like
it was fucking weird.
Like Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
Go extension wrist.
I got long wrists.
I got long wrists, but look, they get short too.
So anyway, so they're in the cave and they're like, we got to get out of here. And then Ray Liotta and Ice Cube show up and it's like, oh, everyone's meeting on the cliff. I wonder who's going to die. And then like Ray Liotta's like, hey, who the fuck are you? And then she's like, I'm a mom. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. He goes, well, get the fuck out of here.
They couldn't decide if that's what he was like. She was like, look, we're just going to leave. And he was like, no, the fuck you're not.
Oh, yeah. He was like, no one's leaving until I get all my cocaine. And there was like a duffel bag, but it was like stuck on a branch. He's like, someone get that. And the son is like yanking on it. He's like, it's stuck.
He's yelling at Ice Cube and the other guy, who, mind you, are on his side. He's like, if you don't get the cocaine, I'm going to shoot this lady. And they're like, okay. Like, we're here for the same reason.
Yeah.
You didn't have to threaten these children.
Yeah, he's like, if you guys don't get this cocaine, he goes, I'm going to kill all of them. They're
I'm
like,
shooting someone.
Yeah,
dude, you don't
they're
have
like,
to.
we're here. So then, like, the mama bear, the cocaine bear, is like up on the cliff. It goes, and it's like, oh boy. So the mom looks at the 2 kids and goes, yeah, we got to jump off this cliff. So they just jump. And they, live. They like pop up out of the water like, we did it. And then Ice Cube is like, he looks at his friend and goes, yo, we got to jump too. And the bear's starting to like kind of hop down the cliff a little bit. Like it's getting closer. And Ray Liotta's like, no, we're getting my cocaine. All right, shut up. And then he like, the bear just like jumps down. And Ray Liotta's like, and he goes to shoot the bear, but shoots Ice Cube in the neck. and then they just Ice Cube and the friend just leap off the waterfall.
Like, a lot happened. Like, I want to cut you off because, like, a lot happened in this moment and none of it mattered.
Yeah, nothing.
Like,
this scene was a half hour.
He was shooting at the bear. He shot the bear. The bear falls off the cliff. He hits Ice Cube in the neck by accident. And, like, but none of it matters.
Yeah, but the bear didn't fall off the cliff. It fell, but it landed on a ledge, and then
It's weird. He shot the bear. The bear, like, fell off the cliff. And, like, in that moment, the movie kind of wanted you to feel bad for the bear that's been killing everybody.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, why the fuck would I care about the bear just because it has 2 cubs?
Yeah.
The mom's like, it's just protecting the cubs. We have to jump. It's
Yeah. Meanwhile, like the Cubs are like itching at Ray Liotta for like the cocaine duffel bag. He's like, get off me, you fuckers!
The cubs have been in the cave the whole time. But so why was the mom protecting the cubs by going to the ranger station and killing a bunch of people? Like that.
Because it's stupid. This movie fucking sucks.
It was acting like
0 out of 10.
It was acting like the Cubs excused the last hour of bear murder we were just watching.
Yeah,
we were
it's
like, oh no,
because it's not even like the Cubs were the motive. Like,
That's
yeah,
what
she
I
was
mean.
bringing cocaine back for the Cubs, but like, oh,
Also, when was she doing that?
well, there was the duffel.
I know.
but yeah, like
when
as,
did
yeah.
she have time to do that
Don't
between all
know.
the murders?
Because I mean, it took them fucking 3 hours to find the daughter.
They couldn't figure out how long that walk was either. The Ice Cube and the other guy takes half the movie to get to the gazebo, and then the cop was there before them when he got there like 10 minutes after them. It was like, how long is this
Yeah,
walk? Would you
nothing
pick
mattered.
one?
But anyway, so the bear's like laying on the ledge of a cliff, and then like a cocaine brick falls out of the duffel bag and like breaks over the bear, and it gets like sprinkled in coke, and then it like wakes up. It's like,
It spits a bullet out.
yeah, it spits a bullet out. It's like sick.
I didn't hear no bell.
Yeah, it's like, and it like gets up, and Ray Liotta's like hitting the Cubs. He's like, get the fuck off me! And the mama bear just goes, yeah, come on, man. Adrian, hey, come on.
It's not about how you get it. It's not how you get it. Hey, get it.
Hey, Paulo, man, you know me, man. I'm gonna do this, man. I'm ready to go.
Hey, Paulo,
So then,
I think I'm having a fucking stroke.
and then the baby cub just fucking slices Ray Liotta's stomach open, and his guts just spill out. And then the cubs just like bite into his stomach and just start pulling intestines out. And then the mama bear just kind of like nudges him off the cliff. It's like, that's food for your children. That's the meal. But you just
care
want
about these
coke.
bears a lot more than I do.
I'm just saying, like,
The bears are gonna be hungry.
you're telling me that the bears.
I don't know. That's the whole movie. I think we can stop talking about the fucking plot now because, like, holy shit.
Well, that's it. Well, Ice Cube gets shot in the neck, and then the friend goes, help! And then the mom goes, I'm a nurse! And then they all just parted ways. That was it.
They all walked off into the
Well,
sunset.
actually, no, they were walking, and they walked past that van scene with Margot Martindale, and then all the cops come, and it's like the next day. It's like no one drove down this road and decided to call the cops.
Yeah, it did just turn night, and then it just like as fast as it turned night, it turned back to day, and they're like walking home. Like, that was crazy.
Yeah, but then all the cops show up to that scene, but they just keep driving. They drive past Margot Martindale's meat
They're
crayon.
like, evening.
Yeah, evening.
Yeah, the plot didn't make it. It was so fucking boring. I think I had a couple really big problems with this movie. The dialogue was just a clunky mess.
Awful.
Nobody talks nicely. Nobody's like,
No.
nobody was funny.
No one
Nobody
had a
was really-
redeeming trait.
There was no charisma.
No.
Even the characters that weren't supposed, the kid actors were fucking terrible. Nobody could keep an accent, and the whole movie, I like kept looking over Charlie, going like, I can't fucking hear them. Is it me, or like, are my ears broken? But
Yeah,
like,
it was-
the audio mixing sucked, where sometimes the actors just weren't speaking loud enough to pick up on microphone,
Yeah.
and their shitty accents made it 10 times harder to understand them half the time.
I hate child actors.
Sometimes they're good. Like the Stranger Things kids were fine.
They're
all great
fantastic.
actors.
I'm just saying, I mean-
even in It, Michael Wolff was all right, and all those kids were all right in the new It's.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, there are good, but I mean, it's like, pick the good ones.
These two child actors sucked.
They're awful.
My other problem was that I don't think this movie knew what it was going for.
Yeah, it seemed very lost and convoluted.
And I wrote this down like 10 minutes into the movie because it was obvious from the get-go. But it was caught between a comedy, a horror, and an action movie.
Yeah.
It wanted to be all three, and that made it worse. Because it's trying to do all three, it doesn't do any of them well.
No.
Because
Pick a genre.
it's trying to be funny, which makes the dramatic moments worse. And it's not funny, so it's not even doing comedy well. But
Yeah.
it's trying to be emotional, but the comedy part keeps sucking all the emotion out. It's trying to be a horror with the bear. The bear's trying to be all creepy and scary, but it's doing cocaine, so it can't be fucking scary.
There's a bear. Oh, cocaine. Doing cocaine.
And it's trying to be an action movie with all these crazy shits going on, but
Yeah.
it sucks at that. Like all the action set pieces sucked. Like
Yeah.
they weren't exciting or thrilling or
No.
any good positive word you could say. It wasn't there.
And again, this is like kind of a big thing, at least for me. Like I know a lot of it took place in the woods, but every set like looked like a student film set. The bathroom fight scene, it was just.
Oh yeah, it would randomly have
Like-
these like really wow, I can't this word. You're right over there?
I'm cracking my back. I'm fucked up.
It would randomly have these super cinematic shots of like crane shots or like drone shots over a river, and when she comes out of the cave she's like wow, and it like turns around and it looks like Lord of the Rings. You're like whoa, and you're like this is a movie about a bear doing cocaine.
Yeah,
Can you be self-aware for 5 seconds?
Yeah, what's with like the
We don't-
scenic bullshit?
We don't need these like crazy sweeping shots. We don't need this like crazy. It was like a cinematographer was just like
jerking off.
fresh out of film school. He's like,
Yeah.
I gotta show off what I can do. But it's
You-
like
you
you're
know who
doing
would do
Cocaine
that?
Bear. Oh, I know. You fucking jerk off piece of shit.
Anyway,
Anyway,
that's our little thing.
that's for us. That's not for you.
So anyway, we're gonna have so many people. Was it me? So yeah.
Yes, it is you.
But look at the opening after the airplane bit, that couple in the woods. It was like a crane shot going like around them, and then it went to an overhead shot on like a drone shot like going past them, and it just kept like sweeping around them, and it was just like headachy. I'm like, okay, like get your establishing shot down and then let's start doing close-ups and have a conversation.
And it was pointless.
But it just kept like sweeping past. I'm like, what the fuck?
It was completely pointless. You don't just do these things for just because you can. You do them. They all have their purpose. Like we talked about the Dutch angle in Knock at the Cabin.
Oh yeah,
how the Dutch angles are supposed to be uncomfortable and they're supposed to be, unsettling and eerie to look at. And it kind of makes you uncomfortable because it's a Dutch angle is just a weird angle. Like you're not supposed to see things like that, so it makes it kind of weird.
Yeah, especially
to look
when
at.
it's like kind of upwards towards a character, and like shit's about to go down. But
It's
when
just
you
an
use them,
unsettling position to be in, so it kind of sets you off of your rhythm.
yeah,
And crane shots are sweeping, so they have movement. They go with the action, whatever you're doing. There's reasons to pick certain shots, and this movie said, "No, we're just gonna do them.
yeah,
We're just gonna fucking do it.
Just sprinkle them in.
Hey, what are they walking across a bridge? Yeah, right. Crane shot. They're walking. That's good enough for a crane shot. No, it isn't.
Yeah,
no,
it
isn't.
And you know what, man? Like honestly, it really was just so fucking boring. Like I feel like I don't even know. Like, is this episode boring? Just because this movie's so fucking boring?
Honestly, probably will be.
Like, I'm so sorry. There was nothing else to watch. Leave us fucking. Give us some ideas. We'll watch the fucking movies.
This was we were highly requested to do this movie.
We were. I had at least
This is a
15. I
request.
had at least 15 people ask me to do this fucking movie, which is also like, why? Now I feel like I fucked myself. Like we did a whole fucking episode. I raced out.
Trying
of
to
work.
wind me up? Are you trying to wind me up?
Don't make a fuck out of me. I fucking got out of work early for this. I fucking drove all the way here. Put the fucking movie on. It sucked, and now I gotta just talk about how much it sucks. You know what it was? Every movie we did fucking sucked, except for Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I really liked doing that episode because I liked talking about it. It was fun. I liked discussing the things I liked. And I like how you and me, we'll go at it a little bit with some disagreements. Like, it's fun. But now we're going back to this just fucking bullshit.
It's
This sucked, and fuck every person that was a part of this piece of shit movie. I give it no fucking stars. I give it zilch. You fucking asshole. Yo, fuck this movie, man. I'm pissed. It was an hour and 35 minutes too long. Guess the fucking length of the movie. Yeah, you guess it. It's an hour and 35 minutes. Fuck this whole thing. Yo, I need a fucking beer, man. I'm gonna fucking. I need a beer.
You feel better?
No, I don't. I'm fucking pissed.
I mean, my final note on the whole shit show is it didn't know what it was. It had no idea. All the jokes were too juvenile for adults.
Yeah.
But it was too dark for kids. So the movie doesn't know what it is. It doesn't know who it's for. It doesn't know shit.
Yeah.
And
Also,
it was a terrible attempt at anything.
Yeah.
It was trying to do.
And to me, it's like no pun intended, but it was such bad taste to put in like the kids eating cocaine.
Yeah.
It was
like a little weird.
Like, I mean, there's like, you'll see some fucked up shit movies, but I mean, to have like 10-year-old kids like eating coke, like it's not funny, and also it didn't do anything to the movie. You didn't see them like freaking out. You didn't see any. I wouldn't want to see that anyway. But it's like they eat it, and then
there's this really tacky scene where the mom's walking with the little boy, and he's like, so what if we did cocaine? You're like, I tell you not to do that. Well, what if you did it every once in a while?
Yeah.
We're not supposed to do it.
But he was like referring to the bear instead of himself. He's like, what if the bear tried it and he's thinking about trying it again? I'm like, kid, you're 10.
It was a super tacky, like, don't do cocaine message.
Yeah. She's like, I tell you no.
But it's like, who are you trying to send this message to? Me? I'm 26. I know not to do. Either I've done cocaine and it's too late, or
just got powder all over my nose. Oh fuck! Hey buddy, we weren't supposed to do that.
Oh shit!
Damn!
Oh fuck! But then it's like, so who's it for? So is it for a kid? A kid's gonna sit here and watch a bear rip people. The bear chewed a guy's leg off in this movie.
Yeah.
Threw him out of a tree and he landed on his neck, and then the bear threw the severed leg at him. Like. So who is this movie for? Is it for me, who doesn't need to be told not to do cocaine? Or is it for a kid who doesn't need to see a man's leg get torn off his body?
You know what the answer is? Holy shit, this movie was made for nobody. It was made for nobody because it's a piece of shit. This movie was made for no man, no woman, no whatever in between. This was made for no one. It was so fucking bad.
You know who I think it was made for? Those damn homos in the woods.
Yeah, right?
Those fucking evil miscreants.
Fuck it, man. You know what it is, though? You and me will, like, come up with some funny shit, and then we'll go to film it, and sometimes it doesn't get executed properly, and we're like, it means that I'm not trying to talk us down. I see you starting to squint there. I'm just saying not every idea or anything has to be like executed. Like, there was a bear on cocaine. Maybe is that a movie? Could we do that? Like, not everything has to.
Yeah, we also don't spend millions of dollars on movies.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's a little easier for us to scrap our To Catch a Predator parody than it, than it is for them to scrap Go. But I mean, they say the best way to prepare for disasters to design against it. So it's like this really should have been planned from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like I always. If you see a bad movie, and as a writer, I'm allowed to say this, you can blame it on the writing. The writing fucking sucks.
Well, yeah, because the writing is the movie.
That's where it starts. And if nothing, and sometimes it fails after that point. But if the design from the beginning is bad, the rest of it is gonna fall over like afterwards.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? It really, it does come down to the script. And I think
that being said, the whole fucking thing stunk.
Yeah, but I think also the whole thing, it was like a big clickbait thing. It was like cocaine bear, which
is so annoying because now that we do this podcast and we've been doing shorts and we've been trying to get into this for years now, and it is so hard to get people's attention.
It's insane.
And it's impossible to have a moment like that and to like have this opportunity and to fucking waste it that bad is now so much more frustrating.
I know.
We do this.
I know.
It's like That movie writes itself. It's a bear doing cocaine. How do you make that boring?
Yeah, like how do you fuck that up? But it was so boring because it was just repetitive.
Because they just tried to stuff it with all this extra bullshit that it didn't need.
The budget was 35 million. It
That's rough.
grossed 77.
Oh, that's
So like doubled its budget now.
yeah.
But do you think anyone walked out of that happy though?
You could tell it was made for 30 million. That CGI looked fucking dog shit.
Yeah, it was like a big blob. It was like a blur.
Yeah, it didn't like move correctly. It didn't like
And
sit
you know
in
what?
the environment correctly.
That was the whole budget because you know what? Yeah, Ray Liotta was in it, but he's probably not that expensive.
You don't have to pay a dead man.
Oh God! Well, that was the most insulting thing to me.
Yeah,
Right when
yeah,
the credits rolled, in loving memory of Ray Liotta.
Don't you
Come
devote
on.
this to him. Don't you shit on his grave like that.
Yeah, like really, like this. Come on,
Could
give me
you
a fucking
imagine?
break?
They like as he was dying, they showed him like the first cut. And they like gave him like a early screening. And he died knowing what piece of shit movie this is.
Yeah.
He's just sitting like in a hospital bed, just staring at the screen.
Well,
like,
you know what I read up? I read up that he was able to see what the bear looked like, and he really liked it. But he was probably just being polite. Oh wow, that looks really good. I like how it's a bear.
that's because Ray Liotta was like 70.
Yeah.
He's never even
Wow.
he's never even heard of computers.
He's like, wow, you're telling me that's the bear right there? That
Hold on, that's not a real bear.
yeah.
That's not a real.
Because I don't remember there being an actual bear there when we were filming.
I remember on set, I didn't see any bears. I thought this is kind of weird because you know
Yeah.
the movie's called Cocaine Bear and there's no bears.
Did you film it while I was maybe asleep? And then
I do sleep a lot.
I'm Ray Liotta.
I'm Ray Liotta.
I sleep. Well, I think on that note, we should go to sleep.
I'm very tired.
Yeah, I'm. You know what? I want to apologize again. I want to apologize. I'm sorry.
Apologize to me.
To you?
Yeah.
Why the fuck should I apologize to you?
It would make me feel better.
This is a 50-50 thing we got going on
I
here.
just want to feel good. I'm just so horny.
Oh God, are you Margot Martindale? All right. Well, tune in next week. We're on TikTok. Our TikTok user is the Degenerates 1000. Our Instagram is the Degenerates 1000.
Twitter, we're Sabia Springs.
Yep.
YouTube, we're just the Degenerates.
Yep.
Do we have any other accounts?
No. Well, you know, if you go on our TikTok page, if you go on our profile, our Instagram is linked with it. Within our Instagram, you know, we got all our YouTube links up on there. Follow us, you know, whatever.
Like,
Yeah, liking's dude. You just fucking
liking's huge.
like it.
you don't have to. You
Don't
have
be
to
like
actually
skeleton cock.
Like it. Don't be skeleton cock. You son of a bitch. I'm coming for you.
I don't even think that was his name.
It wasn't.
Whatever.
You think his name was Skeleton Cock?
Maybe he's got a skinny dick. What do I
Maybe
know?
he's got a bone
Oh,
all the time.
all the time. So anyway, yeah, follow us, like us, whatever. We're begging for your likeness.
It just helps us grow and helps
yeah.
us get what we want, and I really want it.
We want it so bad, so we can make a movie better than Cocaine
So I can
Bear.
have sex with Margot Martindale.
God, I'm shiver me timbers.
Come on, there.
All right, I'm logging off. Fuck this shit. All right, thank you. Goodbye.
Who are you? You don't want to do it? I had a good one this week.
What?
Say it.
Who are you?
No. Your.
Margot Martindale?
Your.
Holy
shit. Are you
I don't know what
brain damage?
What are you saying?
You always go, I'm Charlie.
Oh, yeah. All right, logging off. Wet brain. Woo! All right, see you guys later. I'm Charlie.
That was so fake.
Hey, all right, everybody.
right. All right, fine. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm Charlie.
I'm Smokey the Bear. Bye.